My fiancée cheated on me, and her kids begged me to stay in their lives. But I wasn't the one who broke the family. I walked away without looking back. Hello Reddit I+ here. I want to start by saying I never planned to be a stepdad. I never grew up thinking, one day I'll fall in love with a woman who already has kids, and try to be a father figure to them. But then I met Nicole. And man, she changed everything. She was beautiful, in that kind of grounded, earthy way. Messy bun, always smelled like coffee and coconut shampoo, laughed with her whole chest. She had 2 kids, Liam, 8, and Kenzie, 5, when we met. I was 30 and pretty set in my life, had a solid job as a technician, a nice little house, even a German shepherd named Oakley. When I met her, I wasn't looking for anything serious. But Nicole? She came in like a wildfire, and I let her burn through every bit of caution I had. Within 6 months, they were spending weekends at my place. Within a year, she and the kids had basically moved in. I remember the first time Liam called me Dad. It wasn't on purpose. He slipped up in front of his real dad during a pickup. It started a whole storm, but I can't lie. I secretly liked it. I was teaching him how to ride a bike the week before. We had just taken the training wheels off, and he kept falling and laughing and getting back up. That moment stuck. Fast forward 2 years, and I proposed. I got down on one knee in front of the kids, too, because I wasn't just proposing to Nicole. I was committing to them, all of them. Liam cried. Kenzie tackled me. Nicole said yes through happy tears. For the first time in my life, I thought, this is it. We started planning the wedding. Small, outdoors, spring. She wanted lavender in her bouquet and mason jars hanging from the trees. I wanted barbecue and beer. It felt like a perfect blend of us. Until it wasn't. About 6 weeks before the wedding, I started noticing things. Little stuff. Nicole's phone was suddenly always face down. She'd smile at texts and never tell me who they were from. She was working late more often, and one night she came home and smelled like someone else's cologne. She brushed it off. Oh, it was a coworker's hug goodbye, nothing serious. But something inside me twisted. You ever get that gut feeling? That quiet, gnawing thing that won't go away? So one night, when she fell asleep on the couch, I checked her phone. I know. It's a breach of trust, but I already felt like that trust was gone, like I was grasping at smoke. There were messages, hundreds of them. His name was Damien. He worked with her. They'd been seeing each other for at least 3 months. There were pictures, voice notes, some nasty stuff too, stuff I wish I could unsee. What hit hardest wasn't the cheating. It was how casual it all seemed. Like I didn't exist. Like we, the family we were building, were just some side project she could ditch when the next shiny thing came along. I didn't say anything that night. I watched her sleep for hours, and all I could think about were the kids. Liam's spelling tests, Kenzie's obsession with drawing rainbows, bedtime stories, Saturday morning pancakes, their laughter echoing in the house I built. I waited until the next morning. We sat on the porch with coffee. I asked her, straight up, no drama. Just, are you sleeping with Damien? She froze, then whispered, I didn't mean to. Isn't that wild? I didn't mean to. Like she tripped and fell into someone else's bed. She started crying, apologizing, begging, told me she loved me, said it was just a mistake, that she didn't want to lose what we had. And for a second I almost gave in, but then I thought about how she looked so happy in his messages, freer, unburdened, and I realized I couldn't stay. Not for her, and not even for the kids. I told her the wedding was off, that I'd be moving out, that I loved Liam and Kenzie, but I wasn't their legal dad. And as much as it killed me, I had to walk away. That night, Liam snuck into my room. He was clutching his stuffed tiger, tears streaming down his face. He asked, are you leaving because I wasn't good enough? I broke. I held him, told him it had nothing to do with him, or Kenzie, that I loved them more than they'd ever know. But sometimes grown-ups make choices that hurt, even when they don't mean to. Kenzie came in too. She curled up on my lap like she used to. And for that one night, I let myself pretend things were still okay, that we were still a family. The next morning, I packed. Nicole stood in the kitchen watching me, said nothing, just cried silently. Liam and Kenzie clung to me as I walked to the door, begged me to stay, asked if they could still come visit. But I wasn't their dad, and I wasn't the one who broke this family, so I walked out, without looking back. It's been 2 years. I've since met someone new. We're taking things slow. She's kind, funny, she makes me feel safe again. Every now and then, I still think about those kids. I wonder if they're okay, if they remember the bike rides, The bedtime stories. The love I tried so hard to give them. Sometimes I wonder if I made the right choice. But then I remind myself, love isn't just about showing up. It's about protecting yourself, too. Nicole lit the match. I just refused to burn in the fire she started. It's funny how life moves on even when part of you doesn't. I tried to forget them, you know? Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. Every time I walked past the kids' aisle in Target or heard that one song Liam used to hum off-key in the car, it felt like someone scraped a scab open. Grief isn't always about death. Sometimes it's about the living people you had to leave behind. I didn't block Nicole. I didn't want to give her that much power over me, but I muted everything. No texts, no social media. I didn't need to see happy selfies pretending like nothing had happened. I didn't need to see her and Damien, if that's even who she chose. What surprised me most? It wasn't her who reached out first. It was Liam. He messaged me through his new school iPad, sent me this voice note, crackly, full of static like he was hiding under his covers. He said, "Hi, I know you don't want to talk to Mom, but I miss you. And Kenzie does too. We still talk about you. And I keep your old hat. The blue one. Kenzie wears it sometimes when she's sad. I wanted you to know that. I must have listened to that message 20 times. I cried in my car in a Walmart parking lot like a damn movie scene. But I didn't respond, not because I didn't care, but because I couldn't step back into that storm. I couldn't walk back into a broken house just because the kids missed me. That was never fair to them. Or to me. Months passed. And then one day, I ran into Kenzie at the park. She was there with her grandmother, apparently, Nicole's mom. She recognized me instantly, screamed my name, and ran toward me like no time had passed at all. Her grandmother looked startled, kind of nervous. I bent down, hugged Kenzie tight, and when I stood up, the woman just said, "They still talk about you every day." I asked how they were. She said Nicole and Damien broke up not long after I left, that it got messy, and that the kids, well, they weren't adjusting well, acting out, therapy appointments, tears at bedtime. I won't lie, I felt a mix of sadness and something like relief. Not that I wanted them hurting, never that, but it confirmed what I already knew. Nicole hadn't just broken us, she'd shattered everything, and she did it with eyes wide open. I didn't say much more, just told Kenzie it was great to see her, promised her I'd think about writing. That night, I sat down with my laptop and wrote each of them a letter. Nothing dramatic, just memories, encouragement. I told them I was proud of them, that they were strong and kind and brave, that none of what happened was their fault. I didn't include my number, I didn't ask to see them, I just gave them closure, because sometimes, the best thing you can give someone isn't your presence, it's peace. I've learned a lot since then. Like how healing doesn't always feel good, sometimes it's ugly and lonely and full of guilt, but it does come, slowly, quietly, in the form of new mornings, different laughter, inside jokes with someone new who doesn't make you question your worth. I still keep that little voice note from Liam, and sometimes when I'm alone, I play it, not to dwell, but to remember what real love looks like, because it was real, even if it ended, even if it broke. So yeah, my fiancée cheated on me, and her kids begged me to stay, but I wasn't the one who broke the family. I just walked away from the wreckage, and sometimes that takes more strength than staying. Because walking away, that was me loving myself the way I had loved them. About a year later, I was out on a date, first one in a while, cute girl, into true crime and tacos. We're walking through this street fair, and wouldn't you know it, I see Nicole. She's with Damien. Well, was. Because they weren't walking together, they were mid-argument in front of a funnel cake stand. Real classy. She's wagging a finger, he's red in the face, and there's powdered sugar flying everywhere like it's snowing resentment. I made the mistake of making eye contact. She froze. Damien turned around, saw me, and his whole face did that thing dogs do when they realize they're about to get a bath. Pure panic. I gave a polite nod. Nothing extra. Nicole, of course, couldn't resist. She comes over, all, "Hey, wow, you look good, like, really good. Healthy. Ma'am. You cheated on me with a man whose only talent was talking during Marvel movies. We are not doing this." I just smiled and said, "Guess betrayal works better than keto." Then I introduced her to my date. This is Talia. She likes tacos and doesn't lie. Nicole blinked like I slapped her with a churro. And the best part? As we walked away, Talia leaned in and whispered, "So, you've got trauma and a sense of humor? Damn. Keep talking. Best date I've had in years."